Hey everyone, it's Kathleen Clippert here, and today I want to share with you some information about Microsoft Planner. Not sure if you've heard of it or used it, but if you're a small business owner or a larger business owner, this is a tool that might be helpful for you. It comes in all the different Microsoft 365 for business plans, and I find that it's helpful for me. So let's take a look and see what we can do for you, what it can do for you. Okay, so here I'm in my Microsoft Planner, but actually let me go back one step before we even get here. If you're new to it and have never used it before, let's say you're going to start out at your Microsoft 365 online system. This is the basic like home page. To get to it, if you've never used it before, you want to go to your app launcher, and it may be pinned up here. If not, you want to go to your More Apps, and then you want to click on All Apps and look until you find it. And here it is. Just know that you may have tons of apps listed here because you're looking at all apps. Depending on your plan, you may not have access to everything, but Microsoft Planner is one that's available for all plans. So you're going to just click on Planner, opens it up in a new window or a new tab, and here it is. You may be familiar with the My Day section and the My Task, but here's the part that you may not be familiar with. It's the My Plans. I already have a couple plans set up here, and you can see I have one that's shared. I actually shared it with myself because I just wanted to test it out. And then I have one that's private, so only I can see it. So it's good to know that you can share or you can mark them as private, especially if you have multiple people in your business that may have access to the Microsoft 365. So how do you get started though? If you say you didn't have any of these here and you want to just create a new plan, you can either click here on new plan, move myself over a little bit. You can come down here in the at the opposite corner. Please note that if you click on the down arrow, it also gives you an option for portfolio. Depending on your plan, you may or may not have access to that. But all we're going to do is just go to plan. Click on new plan. You have the option to start with a basic. It just nothing really in it. We can use one of these templates. And to just take a look at the templates, I'm going to click on See All Templates. Simple plan. This kind of gives you an idea of what's available. And these are the different buckets or categories that it sets up. You got your project plan. Here's a few more. You can see the buckets are a little different. Software development. A business plan, great if you're trying to look at your strategic plan for your business and where you're going, or even if you're wanting to start out with a new business, what steps you want to take. And then you got employee onboarding. Those are the basic templates that they have. We're not going to use any of those though. We're going to go right here to basic. We're going to put in a name. I'm going to add it to my pen plans. And what that does is it adds it over here on the left-hand side. I'm not going to give it a group, add it to a group. If you do have groups and you're familiar with working with groups in Office 365, go ahead and add one in there. If you're a solo entrepreneur like I am, you're not working with anyone else in your business, you don't need to bother with this at all. Then click Create. All right, now it throws out your basic bucket or your I'm reading words as I'm talking. It throws out your basic board, your plan, and it just gives you one to start with your to-do bucket or category, and then you have the options to create more. And to create more, you just click on that, give it a name, bucket 2, or we'll call it bucket 3. And then as soon as you hit enter, it gives you the option to create another one. So you can, endless ones, there may be a limit, I don't know, but you can create as many as you need to. To create a task, just click on Add Task, give it a name, Task 1. You can set a due date if you want. We'll say the 23rd. I'm a single person in my business, so I'm not even going to bother signing it. But if I wanted to, I could click on that and then click on the name here or search for a name to assign it to. But like I said, we're not going to do that right now. Click Add Task. You see, here it is right here. We want to do more to it. We have the options. We can click on these dots. Well, now we click on the dots. We can give it a label. We can assign it. We can copy the task. We can copy the link to task, which when you do this, that allows you to put this link into, let's say, a document, or you can put it into an email to somebody else if you want to talk more about the particular task. Or you can move it. Let's say we want to move that to bucket 3. We just click here, and then we change it to bucket 3, and it moves it over. If you want to move that, another way to move it is just drag and drop. And one nice thing I like also about the drag and dropping, you can do that with your buckets. You can change the order. So you can put them in whatever order you want. Let's say we want more detail though in our task. You can just click on it. Again, you already had the task name. If you assigned it a label for your labels, you can click on here, then you can click on whatever color you want. If you don't want just green as the label name, you can either click on the box right here and change it to, let's say, finance, and then hit enter. It changes it. Or when you're searching for the label, you can click on the button. This could be, let's say, onboard new client. Maybe that's what we want to be related. It could be more than one task. So you just put them on in there. Again, it shows your bucket. If you wanted to change it, you could change it here. Your progress, you're either not started, in progress, or completed. You've got different priority levels. Start date similar to your due date. You just click on there and select your dates and repeat. Similar to a lot of other systems here where you can make it daily, weekdays, weekly, monthly, yearly. You can set your custom one. Let's say we're going to make it a monthly, but we don't necessarily want it to do on the 23rd of every day. Maybe we want it to on the 4th Thursday or 23rd every month, or the 4th Thursday. Change it that way. Say save. So now this one we made repeatable. Then we have, I always forget to move my little box here. Hold on a moment. All right, I had to move my little Zoom toolbar out of the way. Here you can put some notes in. Let's just say this is test. And as soon as you click off of that, you notice, oh, you have the option show on card. Click on that, looky here, shows on the card. Click that off, it's not there. You can add items. So let's say for this one, onboard new client, let's get, let's see, we need to get their contact information. I can't spell. Let's see. Let's say we need to get item second. My brain's not working today. I can't come up with these things that I want to put, so I'm just throwing whatever there. You just list them all here. You can click on show on card and it'll show, or you can unclick it. Note that you can't show both on the card at the same time. You have to pick either notes or checklist. You can move your checklist items around, put them in whatever order you want. And then once you complete one, you can just click on it and you can see, oh, look, you've got 1 of 3 completed. And it shows you the progress bar here also. You can delete a checklist item, or let's say you want to make this one contact information. Maybe you want to make that as a task. Click on that, and that now takes it off your checklist and put it as a task. It's great if you know, okay, you've got all these things you need to do for a particular step. Now you want to track that part separately, so you can just make it a task. Okay, what else do we want to show you real quick? There's different views you can look at. You can look at it as a grid, and you can see the information's laid out a little differently. You don't have quite the same information that you do on the board. You can look at it as schedule. Okay, you can see this task is scheduled out here on the 23rd. That's the only one I think we had a due date on. And it reminds you that it's recurring because of the arrows there. You can look at a chart and you can see, okay, how many items do I have in my buckets? What are the different priorities? Who they're assigned to? And you can, so it just kind of gives you a visual look what's going on. We're going to go back to our board. And if you look over here to the right, you'll notice it says group by bucket. Well, you can change that to assign to. And you can see, so this is if you have a team, it's great. You can see who doesn't have anything to work on. And you can kind of balance out your work maybe that way. You can change it to progress. Okay, what's not started, what's in progress, what's completed. Let's say we want to look at due dates. You can look at future or no dates. That way, if you see no dates, okay, you need to assign some dates to these, because if you don't ever assign dates, things may not get completed. If you want to see which ones have the most work, based on your labels, you can look at them this way, or you can go by priority. So those are some of the different ways that you can look at them. We're going to go back to our bucket view. Up here next to the name, you've got a drop down arrow. You can see your plan details. That's where you can, if you wanted to change the name, you could do it here, or you could just click on it right there and change it. You also see down here, you have an option to delete the plan. So let's say, oh, you started one and it's totally not what you wanted, or you started one on accident, you can just delete it. What else can you do? You can pin. Okay, this is where you can pin or unpin also. So right now we have it pinned to the left. We click this unpin, it takes it off. So now we can't see it. We're going to leave it as pinned. Excuse me. If you have multiple employees in your business and you want to share this plan with somebody, and you didn't do it already, like when you set it up, you could click on the share button and do it that way. And then this button makes that it's private to you. You said you can hear, you could create a group, you could add to existing group. But right now we're not going to share it because I have no one to share it with. So it's just going to be private to me. Trying to think if there's anything else. Oh, if you want to move a task, this is good to know. So you can move a task, and I can't remember if I'd shared this already or not, but I can move it. It doesn't have to be in this plan. I can move it to a new one. Let's say you wanted. Okay, so let's say I want to share this to my biz and personal, or not share it, but move it to my biz and personal plan. I can do that. I click on that. Then I can select which bucket I want it to go into. We're not going to do that though, so we'll just hit cancel. I think that's really just kind of the basics information about it. What's not I like about this is that when you're working in Microsoft Planner is that it will actually email you once you add in dates. And um, once you add in dates, it'll email you when it has to on a text. I don't like getting those emails, so I do my best to keep them on time and everything, but it does give you reminders. Um, so it's very helpful. And like I said, this is something that is offered as part of your Microsoft for Business plan. Doesn't matter which plan you're on. You um, and show you. So if you look here, so I'm at Microsoft's website. I know that you can also get, if you're getting a professional email through GoDaddy, there may be some other apps out there that also do it. And typically in a basic plan, you'll be able to get the Microsoft planner. So here, this is the plan I have to use because I didn't need I didn't need to be able to print out desktop versions. I have them already through my personal plan before I started this. But it'll show you you've got all these different options available to you. And then there's even more listed down here. So those are some of the options that you can, different plans that you can use to get Microsoft Planner along with your other Office 365 products that you like to use. And one of the reasons why am using Office or using Microsoft Planner right now is because it is included in my package that I have. And it's like, at the moment, I don't need anything more in depth. So why pay for something like a Monday or let's say Trello, the more advanced Trello, or one of those other planning softwares. So anyways, I just thought I would share that with you and hope that it will help you in growing your business, establishing your business, and um, just moving along. Anyways, hope you enjoyed this video. And if you have any questions, please feel free to shoot me an email and visit my website at KathleenClippert.com.